Game of the day today is Outlast 1, a game that I finally got around to finishing not too long ago. This is one of those games I had started, played the first hour, and just put down. But recently on stream, I decided to do a full playthrough of it, and the whole thing is beatable within 5 hours. And I think it's kind of the best way to experience it. It feels like a nice, tight, cohesive ride, and something you're almost meant to do in one sitting. Even if in those 5 hours, though, I definitely felt like the game was running out of ideas. I kind of got very used to and bored with the general structure that it had done over and over and over again. There's a very finite gameplay loop that it has that you do in every single level. It's like there's a thing chasing you in this kind of labyrinth. You got to find a key to get the thing to get up and go. It's scary at first, and then after you kind of see the patterns, it just kind of becomes going through the motions, which is something I imagine that they have addressed in future installments, but we're talking about just this original Outlast game and how well it holds up. The lore here is really cool. I love picking up the data logs, reading through them, and understanding what happened, these characters, this asylum, how everything fits together. And then it was also really fun to go on YouTube afterwards and watch other videos explaining more about people who have pieced together all the lore and stuff and played through it a bunch of times. And there's a lot of interesting stuff here to dig into, and that is probably the biggest determining factor in me wanting to play the rest of the franchise. The ending of this game is really interesting to me. It's very different than the rest of the game and was one of my favorite parts. After so much of what I felt was the same very small gameplay loop repeating over and over again, it felt so fresh, and I kind of wish the game was going to keep going, because I was like, okay, you've changed things up. Now I want to see what else you have to offer. But now that's it. The game kind of ended. I know there's a DLC. I'm very interested in playing Whistleblower, and I'm very interested in playing the rest of the franchise and kind of seeing how they evolve these ideas. I think that the general premise of not being able to fight back and only being able to run is an interesting one. Not my favorite type of gameplay design, but if they find more ways to vary up that concept, I'm really intrigued. So Outlast, game of the day.